What's up guys, welcome to the Scars channel. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure and go ahead and subscribe. Also, you might as well like and comment while you're at it. So let's get this video started. I do apologize, I have the Clemson game in the background, I gotta see how they're doing. I got the notification that they're losing to Boston College and I was pretty surprised, so I got the game on in the back. It's on low, so we should be good. But in today's video we're going to go over the best training for you. And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about vertical jump training, you guys. I would consider myself almost an expert in it. I'm not going to consider myself an expert in a lot of other forms of training because I don't do my research on it. I do almost all my research on vertical jump training. And I feel like that's one of the best types of training, guys. Like, your legs are going to be more explosive, your upper body is going to be more explosive. And as an athlete, that's exactly what you want. So, while other forms of, bodybuilding is all that, it's not as functional, guys. So, I'm just trying to get you guys active, agile, all that. Every, trait you need to be successful in your sport. So, let's get to it. So, the best training for you. First of all, don't worry if you can't see this, guys, because I'm going to go over everything on it. So, are you a beginner? A lot of my audience is younger, middle school to early high school, some late high school, but that's still a beginner, guys. If you haven't been training for, over like 5+ years, then you're learning things. And honestly, I've been training for like, I don't even know, 7 to 8 years, and I'm learning new stuff every day, guys. So you really learn as much as you want to. So are you a beginner? Most of you guys, it's going to be yes. I would consider myself intermediate beginner. But if you're a beginner, the first thing you're going to want to do with vertical jump training is isometrics, guys. In any program, if the first thing isn't isometrics or jump technique, then it might not be the best program. And here's why. So much of us leak energy through our feet and other joints while we're jumping. So that's going to cause us not to get as high as we want. So what we really need to focus on is warming up, rolling out our feet with a lacrosse ball or something, get it nice and warmed up, doing isometrics so you can feel the hamstrings, the quads, the calves, your lower back, your hips. They all need to be firing to get the most out of your workout, guys. So that's crucial. So in most programs, if I were to make a program, I'd make isometrics the main priority for 1 to 2 weeks, I'd say, especially for beginners, maybe even longer. So the next thing you're going to want to focus on is your strength to weight ratio. This is important for beginners because a lot of the times you could be skinny, but it's kind of like a skinny fat. You could be a little overweight anyways, so you're going to want to cut down a little bit if you need to. If you're super skinny, obviously, you might want to even build you up a little bit. But for the most part, we're a little out of shape, we got a little extra body fat, so we're going to want to strip that off slowly. 1 pound or so a week would be ideal if you really need to lose that much weight. And this is just going to get our general strength up, guys. So if I can squat 500 but I'm 300 pounds, I'd much rather squat 450 and be 185. That's a better strength to weight ratio. And oftentimes, if programmed properly, the better strength to weight ratio will lead into a higher vertical jump. So, after the isometrics, we're going to go to jump technique and strength. So, obviously, before we perform any plyometrics, we want to work on our jump technique, guys. We want to work on our approach, but most importantly, we want to work on our landing, guys. A lot of you just land stiff-legged, and that makes all of the force basically go straight to your knees, and that's not going to be good for longevity. And we want to be on the court putting in work too, as long as possible. So it's really important to work on the jump technique. These first 3 things that I just went over are probably going to be a third of the program right there if you're programming it properly. Moving on, we're going to go into our serious strength phase. So we already got our body fat down a little bit, that's great. Now we're going to work on our general strength, guys. So, especially what I've been noticing lately, I go out and jump, I feel springy, right? PJF Performance said in one of his videos, you want to have the gazelle in you, the graceful, easygoing jump, but you also want to have the lion with a bunch of power. And lately when I've been jumping, I haven't been feeling any power. I feel light, I feel springy, but I'm not getting up anywhere. So the strength phase is crucial for that. I really need to work on it. That's why I'm ordering a bunch of weights so I can get my squat up. My split squat is one of the best ways, I'd say, because it focuses on specific angles, but we'll get into that. So you want your strength up. Next, after that, that's probably going to be another third or so. The last part is going to be intro to plyos. That's crucial. So we're going to be focusing on a lot of plyos, and during this, as you see, we're going to maintain strength. So the focus is going to be on plyos, but we're going to be maintaining strength. So this would mean every, other leg day or every leg day we do a lot of sets of 2 of something, and that would be our strength. For, let's say, split squat, I would do a couple sets of low reps, high weight, and that would be maintaining our strength. And then after those phases, you're going to get specific, guys. If you want to be a high jumper, you got to get specific with those angles. So anything you do, be sure to look at the angles, see what other guys in your sport are doing, and you look at those angles and you replicate them and you get strong in them. So for a jump, the quarter squat is probably the position you want to get the strongest in. So doing anything from like quarter squats to single leg quarter squats where you're pushing up against the bar and it's like under the, these things that are supposed to be safe for you, but you push up against them and load up, anything like that, just focusing on the angles, that's going to help you a lot. So now, after you went through that program, you might still be a beginner, but you made a ton of progress, and I would probably put you in the intermediate to advanced category. So moving on, are you advanced or intermediate? Yeah, you are now, because you just went through the program. So you're already strong, and you already have the mind-muscle connection, so we don't have to focus on that as much. In a good program, however, you're probably going to do that anyways a little bit. More plyos. More plyos. We're going to do this because we already have the strength. So we're going to introduce, all the plyos we need, the seated box jumps, depth approach jumps, where you're standing on a box or something and you go into your 1-2 and then you jump. And we're going to maintain strength during that phase. So we don't have to focus on getting so strong. We can focus more time on the explosive part. And then, like I said, you're going to get specific. The huge difference between beginner and advanced is isometrics, strength-weight ratio, and jump technique. If you're advanced, you can fly right through that faster, much faster. And basically, you still want to, do it a little bit, but you can go through it. It's not going to take as much time in the program to do it. So after you went through all those things, you achieve your goals. You get that 40-inch, 50-inch vert, you get your first dunk and all that. So that's going to do it for the best training for you. I might make a program of my own someday. If you guys are interested in that, let me know and I'll get started on it right away, because I think I have some good ideas. But other than that, if you like this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, like and subscribe. Peace out and have a good one.